All right, welcome back to Helos Homies. I'm here with a very prestigious guest, father, rapper, footballer as well. I'm here with Svno. How are you, brother? You good?
Singer.
Singer
My man.
as well. One of the best in Sydney, if not the best singer in Sydney.
Nah.
X Factor contestant as well. Back in the day.
Yeah, X Factor.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, good, bro. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for having me.
No, not a problem. We're at the 2-7 project, by the way. Unbelievable studio.
Probably the best in Sydney, by far.
Yeah.
And I've only been to one other one, so I would have no idea.
So for those new to 7-0, you'd most probably know him as a singer or a rapper, some people would say, but also a father and a businessman.
Most importantly,
Is that
father.
Is that the best way to describe you?
Yeah, bro. I'm just a go-getter, just an entrepreneur. I love music. I love what I do, but most of all, I love my family. So hit it right on the head, brother.
Yeah, I've seen it as like the core concept of like your whole life. The core theme was everything was for your family.
That's it, man. We just want to see our family win, don't we?
Yeah. You're doing that, bro. 92 World, we'll get into it, but 92 World's like very much on that line of topic as well.
That's it.
It's like one big family.
Yeah.
Now let's go through it. 92 World. Let's talk to people about that. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. But it's nuts. I'll list off for people. So 92 World, if you can imagine on like a business level, 92 World being like the parent company. So then we have 92 Active, 92 Music, 92 Gaming, 92 Grams, which is cooking.
Yeah.
92 Fashion.
Yeah,
that's right.
Which is our merch and going into that fashion stuff.
Yeah, and like 92 Communities. Is that the other one? Oh, we've got to sit in, by the way. So if I look to my left, then that's what I'm looking at.
Spot on.
So yeah, let's walk through them individually. What was first? Was it just 92 World as a company?
Well, bro, it's hard to explain. Like what's first is pretty much this has been cultivating over the years of like what everyone's passion was all combined, and like that's what had to come was the conversations first, and then like what do you want to do and for the rest of your life type thing, and then we just figured, oh, yeah, these are the first 6 streams that we're gonna just attack. Like everything comes natural, but everyone's focused on like the other side, but we're working backwards. Like for me, it was like I just had to figure out with 92 like what everyone wanted to do, and then. Right, once you figure that out, then they're going to do it forever. It's not going to be 8-hour day. It's going to be 20-hour day. It's going to be 12 hours a day because they're passionate about it. So that's the whole point of 92. But what came first was just naturally the music.
Yeah.
That was natural to 92, and especially because I linked up with one of the other members in Planet Vegeta before Planet Vegeta was created. His name's Eddie. Goes by Look Good. But when we linked up and created Planet Vegeta, it was just natural that was, like
where the music was being put
100%. Like that's where it births first, and just makes sense, bro. Like that's the voice of 92. Yeah. So like the music has to come first, and then we just build everything around that.
Yeah, because music was like how you kind of came into the public eye. Hey, it's kind of like
sure,
your first trade type.
Everyone
of thing.
knows, like like people know me by music first. That's like one of my trades.
Yeah,
but then to educate them into the other stuff, that's what we're working on now and building out.
Yeah, it's looking good, bro. 92 Active, so that's workouts and stuff.
Yeah, so 92 Active, that's Offer is we call him Saucy, but he's pretty much, and my little brother Shy, like they're the active boys, and they when we go on tour and that they take us for our workouts, make sure that we're just staying healthy and fit. But what's coming with Active is we got like a little app coming. So
nuts, bro. Congrats. Congrats to the team.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's been a work in progress. But bro, we're learning, and we're just having a crack. So we've got an 8-week challenge coming up first before the app drops. But that's just a tester, so everyone can go into the the demo app and just do the challenge there, figure it out with us, and then go from there. But Active's just a part of 92 anyway. Like Footy boys, basketball. We love that shit. So we just thought, why don't we just make a thing out of it? Offer went to New Zealand, and then he got his Cert 3 and 4 in PT, came back, and it was that conversation. What do you want to do? And and then that just came organically, and then we took that on the road with our tours and that.
Yeah, and would you say the footy's part of that as well?
Like 100%. Football, all sports. We love the park takeover stuff too. Like. Shout out to the Park Takeover boys who are actually doing this stuff. They're running events and stuff, but that's stuff that we naturally always been doing too. So we're going to get into running like, basketball events mixed with the gaming stuff. So yeah, It's gonna be sick. Like, and this is a longevity build thing. You know, we're not trying to make this happen overnight and shit. Like, this is something that we've figured. Like, we want to do this forever.
Yeah.
And let's just find the plays and figure out how we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro. It's been a journey and it's still going.
Yeah, that's unreal. For the basketball thing, for people listening that may not know, you linked with a pretty prestigious figure over the past year. I think it would be.
Yeah.
Lavar Ball.
Yeah.
And the big baller verse.
Big time.
How was that like when he came out to Australia? Like, how was that like mixing it with someone like him who's just like nonstop?
Nah, crazy, bro. Like, everyone has this perception of him, but if you actually listen to what he's saying and like just watch his moves and that, bro, he's a real one. Like, how he puts on for his boys, how he believes in them and that. But just the whole experience of meeting him and just knowing, like, you know, his background, a bit of his sons and that, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy for me to just link in, bump heads and learn off someone like that. And we got some other stuff that we're about to, I'll announce it a bit, but we're about to go over to the States to work with him. So that's even a blessing in itself.
Yeah, it's crazy. Congratulations.
Thanks, brother.
That's he was the first I've seen to ever like backs his son so publicly.
Oh, bro.
And it pay off like that.
But you see that thing where he said to the guy when Lonzo got drafted, and he goes, "I'm gonna be back with my other son, and he's gonna be wearing I told you so."
Yeah. Didn't he wear it twice?
Yeah, so he wore it, and then he said that in the interviews.
Yeah.
And then when Melo got drafted, he had that hat on, and he had that when COVID was on, he didn't have he had a mask on and had the hat. I told you so.
Yeah, unreal. What a figure to be around.
Crazy.
And while we'll touch base with it as well for the footy front. I'm not talking to any regular footy player, right? In front of me is a former State of Origin under 20s player, right? I won't.
Former.
Yeah, former. So if do your own research, but some of the players you played against in that game or with, so New South Wales was what, like Gerbo?
Yeah, we had a stacks like Guffo. We had
Moses,
Jabojevic, Mitch Moses.
Yeah.
Sione, what's his name? Mariutai. But we had a mad team, Tyrone Phillips.
And then in the Queensland team was like nuts.
Monster.
Looking back on it. Yeah, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Young Mad Dog, Christian Welsh, all that type of stuff. I forget.
Milford.
Yeah.
Bro, shout out to Milf, bro. I've been playing since against Milf since we were young. Like under 10s. It's just been mad just to see his journey come up. He was always that guy on the other side was like, everyone was talking about, like, watch out for Milford.
Before the game.
For Milford.
Yeah. And they did a video a few weeks ago. If you saw it, you would know what I'm talking about. But we went out into the country and you played for, who was it?
So right now, me and my brothers are playing with Canowindra Tigers out in Canowindra. So it's like an hour past Orange. Yeah. But how that whole thing come about is, like, bro, I gave footy up. Like, I just hung the boots. But I just always thought if there was a way that I could leverage the other stuff that we're doing with 92 Worlds into footy, then it just makes sense organically. So for this year, Canoundra's been chasing me, and I said, yeah, sweet, you can have me and my brothers if we can have access to your farm and the food produce they can, So now that we're on board, like, that's what we're sorting out now. How can we make that work? How can we, figure out to bring some cows onto the food truck menu, all of that kind of stuff, So we're just having a crack. It's still early stages, but, bruh, it is what it is.
So how many games will you play this year? That's such a big trip.
Yeah, I know. We've already played a few. We're coming like first.
Who's in the comp?
I have no idea, bro.
Do you verse Bathurst?
Yeah. No.
Or are you in the comp that's further than Bathurst?
Further than Bathurst. Oh, no, we versed Bathurst, yeah. Nah, I don't know.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but it's a bit further.
Yeah, right.
From where I live, it's like 4.5 hours.
So you stay out there the night, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go out there, train, stay the night, play.
Yeah, and then back home that day.
Back home.
Nuts.
Yeah. But I need that. That actually helps me like cover my rent, cover my my bills at home. Same for the boys.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the extra play, and then on top of that, we can figure out what food produce we can get out there on the farm, or vegetables, whatever it is, bro. And just figure out how to build bridges from there to here.
Yeah. That's
it.
Yes. And you get to play footy as well. That's like,
and like that's the main thing. Like one of the main things is that I get to play with my brothers.
Yeah.
There's in 92 there's Johnny, Offa, me, Shai, Diggy, and Jay playing 6 of us.
Yeah, man.
So like, bro, we get to be together. So
yeah. What are you playing? Lock?
Front row, lock.
Yeah.
second row.
You played second row like back in the day, hey?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my position. I played at Origin.
Yeah.
Second row, yeah.
What about when you're at Roosters? Was that like where you played?
Roosters, yeah, I played front row, second row, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And well, it leads into it perfectly. The produce, 92 grams as well.
Yeah.
That's food trucks, hey?
Yeah, so 92 grams is just food. Generally, it's just food, but 92 grams is the brand of our food truck and everything that's going to come from it. But that story is crazy, bro. Like, you know, the guy who's actually leading that whole thing, his name is Anthony. We call him Chef Bussa.
Yeah.
But, you know, we call him Bussa because his last name is Box. And in Samoan, that's Bussa.
Yeah, right.
So some of the boys out in Melbourne, our brothers just automatically was calling him Bussa. And that was it. So he came up to me I came up to him 2 years ago and I was just like, bro, what do you want to do? Like, you know, what do you want to do with your life? Stuff like that. And he just said, I want to be a chef. He watched this big, he watched this movie called Chef and he just said that that's what he wants to pursue. So I said, let's just figure out how we can mix it with the music then. Came to, you know, a year of planning or whatever, and it was organic that he just done fried chicken because we had a project out called Fried Chicken and Flips under Planet Vegeta.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was just the organic thing that we started with, but he's got plans to just grow that, you know, grow the menu, figure it out, and that's where we're heading at the moment. You know, we linked up with an investor. We just got a food truck that's coming from Brisbane, and that's what our next thing is. They're going to go into festivals, run 92 days, and just build that out. But also for him, he's a kid that came off a community food truck. He got a shot at it, and that's what he wants to eventually build to. You know, like give kids opportunity to work on trucks. If we franchise it, you know, who knows? Like the future, who knows what the future holds? But you know, for right now, we're just gonna deal with that and just keep growing it out.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah. That's mad, bro. It's a sick little story, eh?
Yeah, crazy.
And then what was the other one? 92 fashion. Yeah. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, fashion, but also like it's a deeper meaning for, you know, my little brothers, because that's where W92 came from, like originally. So you know, that's something that my brother can talk about because he holds that kind of stuff. You know, look where we come from. You know, my little brother explains it like, but we want to show, you know, all corners of the world, like where we're from, like through our style and the way we wear our clothes. So as we progress through the merch and we start going into our individual pieces, like you'll see where that 92 fashion stuff goes, eh?
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Get some 3XL stuff in.
Yeah, that's catchy and that, you know, catchy. Even look good in that because all our designs come in-house. So we've got a bunch of designs ready to get made up and, you know, going along with the projects that we've got coming out. So keep an eye on that stuff. It's coming.
And then the last one, which I think is the most fascinating by far. I saw it maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And you were out in Northern Territory. Yeah. Under 92 community. Yeah. That'd be right. Yeah. Can you explain like, I think it'd be hard to explain, but can you kind of explain like that whole concept and like what you guys do when you go out to these communities?
Oh, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy to put into words like what happens out in these places because we're so used to what we're used to, you know, like you go out there, they don't have what we have here. And you got to really understand their cultures to actually understand a little bit of their story. And that's the journey that we're on, you know. We got this opportunity to go over to Northern Territory to a place called Numbawa in Druitt, which is like you got to go to Darwin. For Numbawa, you got to drive 12 hours, you know, to get there. And it's the last community on that road. East.
So you're driving back towards Queensland?
Yes.
And is it north as well? Like, so you're up on the water? Is it near the water?
Yeah, right. Bro, that community is on like right next to the water.
Yeah, so they're not far off PNG at all, eh? Like
no.
They're that far at the top of the country.
What?
Yeah. So they're close to PNG. Yeah, that's like top of the country.
Yeah.
No one's there.
Yeah, it's like a community of about 200 plus people or so people.
Holy shit.
Or a little bit.
So how does that come about? Like who's in contact for that?
No, so Johnny here, he does he's like his role with 92 is like one of the managers for all our projects and stuff. So he had a contact in Northern Territory that does community stuff, and that's where that conversation started. And then from there, because my wife's been working in community for over 10 years, you know, that's her role, is to oversee all our community stuff. They hit us up. She wrote a curriculum through the streams that we do, and we just go out there and implement that. You know, we run the programs, then we run a show at the end, and just kind of, be with the community, learn off them, bring what we have, the little that we have, and just kind of like do that. But that's like years, bro. Like we want to do that over 5 years, 10 years, however long it takes for us to actually, feel like, oh yeah, we've actually done something here. Right, bro, we look where we're from. We come here, wake up, go on our phones and that. These guys wake up feeling like, what are we going to eat?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And it's just like, what are the things that 92 can take into those communities, or like work with them to understand and build out with them, that can be actually substantial for them to keep living and sustainable.
What were the massive learning curves that you like witnessed?
Oh,
is it like the way they live? Like when they wake up?
Yeah. It's just different, man. Like, that's the question I'm still trying to figure out. Like you got so many facilitators, programs that come into these communities and just think they have the answer just on one visit. We've only been there twice, bro, and we're still trying to break it down. Yeah. Like these guys' normals are totally different to our normals. And it's like the water there is sour, so it's like water filters will help, like even internet. We can do Zoom sessions for like mental health things. There's so much that we can do like over there. And that's just what our journey, throughout our journey, that's what we'll build out. We're working with a few good people at the moment that's actually helping us make these things come to life. So like, as we progress in it, then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different to what, I don't know how to explain it, but we're sleeping in the kitchen, like in the little hallway on kitchen floors in an asbestos kind of building, and my team's there, and then we just go out, teach our 6 programs throughout the day, or like our 4 streams at the school, and then hang out with them, and that's what you do.
How many kids are at the school? Like 50, if that?
No, not even 50. It's just like, it ranges from like maybe 2 kids will rock up, or it depends. Sometimes it's like 5, 10, and then sometimes there's like 25.
Nuts.
Yeah, but then when it comes to the concert, everyone comes, bro, the whole community.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy, is that we've built rapport where they've like, they want us there. And that's the hard thing, is trying to just bridge that gap to them. And then now it's for us to just sit with them and fucking be like, all right, what do we need? How can we help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very honourable thing for you all to do.
Oh, bro,
it's a beautiful thing to do, man.
Look at 92, bro. Like we're pretty much community kids. Our circumstances weren't like theirs, unlike theirs, but we understand to a degree like what it's like.
Yeah.
And like that has to be a priority for 92, that we always give back and understand like, where our roots are. Because if we're not doing that, what's the point of this? Like literally, what's the point of all this shit? It's all just glitz and glam. But if you're not actually helping someone or like helping the community fucking come up, then I don't know, bro. It's just, for me, it's not worth it. If I can build a bridge and like, or build facilities that can help these kids actually come up and have an opportunity or just an option that they can choose from, then probably we'll do that, Some of these kids, the most that they can think is like working at the one shop that's in that community. They don't even understand the other opportunities that they can have. And they're like some of the most naturally gifted kids that I've ever met, So as we go on, that's what we're going to work at. And but we got the best lady leading us anyway, my wife. Like, she's an animal at this shit. And the one beautiful thing is like she loves it. Like that's her calling. So I just take her lead. I just do the business stuff for her and like let her lead the rest.
Yeah, that's mad. That's crazy, bro. I can't even fathom it. Like, so
you have to come out one time, bro.
No, I will.
Yeah,
I will.
For real. We got one. We're visiting them again in October.
Yeah, I'll come.
So we got
my dad has a background of it.
Oh, mad.
Like he works with Indigenous communities.
Oh, say less, brother. Let's talk after this.
Oh, bro, I'll come. I'd love to. I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'm fascinated by how like cut off communities can be, just in general in the world. But like seeing like even in Australia, from Dad telling me, because he travels for work, like he'll say like there's like 7 hours between towns up in like the Northern Territory and Western Australia. Yeah. And like I can't fathom it. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
so this community trip that we went to, right? We went to Druitt Island first with a guy named Justin, one of the best dudes and best families. They took us there, but then we had the Numbulware trip. And over there, they just go off like how it goes on the day. So we're supposed to catch our ferry over to Numbulware from Druitt. But it ended up getting cancelled because of the water.
And the flight as well?
Yeah, so it got cancelled and we had to figure out how we're going to get there to run our programs tomorrow. And like this was all in the one day, and then it's like, all right, sweet. And then we reached out to our community, raised some funds, and then like you got to catch a charter, which is like $650 a pop. and then only like 4 people fit on the charter. There's 12 of us, you know. So we got to try and get all this happening in the one day, and then get prepared and ready. But also on the other side, 4 of our team members, Johnny and Willis, Lopwa, and Andy, they're stuck in the community, like the next community from Numbwa, which was 7 hours drive because the road was flooded. So as we're flying into Numbwa, they got our food resources, they got our, you know, all our transport that we hired to come get us out of Numbwa to go back home. They ended up getting flooded in, and they got stuck there. They met a Samoan and a poly couple over there, ended up being able to stay the night with them.
Yeah.
And then Andy ended up, you know, paying for his own flight charter because we had no money to get over to us with our food resources, with our donations that we were going to give to the community. So I know people see it from the outside and shit, but bro, it's a fucking like mission, you know? But that's the thing, like with 92, bro, we just do it. Like, you know, we're called to it, so we're going to do it. And it doesn't matter what anyone says, like, you know, it's not going to change our energy or change what we're going to do because we're supposed to be there. Those things are supposed to happen, so we can just, and everything ended up working out anyways, you know?
Yeah.
Like, got over there, taught the programs, and then we caught a charter to, these guys ended up running their own program, went to the school. They said that they could, you know, so they ended up cooking for the kids, donating the rest of our gears to them. And then we caught a charter to them, and then that was it.
Holy shit.
So, yeah.
That's
so
nuts.
It's crazy. Like, it is 7 hours there, freaking. And then from there, the closest thing is another, how long, Johnny? 5 hours? Yeah. So everything's real far out there. Yeah.
So wait, how far away are you from Darwin driving at this point? Like 20 plus hours?
Nah. So Numbwa is just that one road. Probably take you like 12 hours or something because you got to drive dirt road, and this dirt road is not like the Aussie. This is like bull dust shit. So you're like swerving up in that shit, and then at the same time you got buffaloes, fucking camels,
red kangaroos.
Yeah, bro, you got everything there.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like it's the most beautiful thing you ever see. Like for me, anyway. I'm like, growing up, I always heard about other shit that's happening around the world, like their problems, but I didn't know that this shit really happened in our backyards.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
Northern
and then when you go
Territory,
out
right?
there and you're like, holy shit. But then at the same time, the contrast is that it's fucking so beautiful. So it's like, you know, it's a beautiful thing just to be there serving, you know, bringing what you bring, but then also looking at like what God created, bro. Is that beautiful landscape? Crazy.
Yeah, Northern Territory, North Queensland. There's some of like the rarest landscapes in the world. Animal wise, you see any like crocs or anything?
Yeah, everything. You see crocs. Yeah, there's got bulls, everything.
Yeah, right.
Snakes.
How big? Like, are you talking like massive thing? Like,
yeah,
shit. Like at the communities when you got there as well.
Oh no.
So like on the roads and like when you're traveling.
Yeah, when we went to Darwin more, we've seen a few crocs.
Yeah.
But at Groot Island, we've seen crocs, just wild ones. Yeah, they're just swimming around.
Not for me, eh?
Yeah,
They scare the shit out of me. So before we leave the 92 World topic, the crew.
Yeah.
How many people are actually part of 92 World?
12.
12. What are their names?
I might have got that one wrong. Nah, it is 12. You got myself, my brothers, Jay, Shah, Dig. You got Johnny, manager. You got OGM, Willis. He helps us manage the projects as well. For the music, you got Jara, Eddie, Jazz, Active. You got Saucy, Bussa for Grams, and Danny and Coach.
Nuts.
13.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's
Danny's me, so we're one anyway, so that's 12.
That's your partner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah, man.
She does all the annoying things for the boys. Like she would chase them up. Hey, where's your passport?
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah, all the nitty gritty shit men just forget, eh?
Oh, bro, honestly, without Danny, we would be fucking going this way, that way, that.
In all sorts. So 92 World obviously comes from like music as well. Like we touched on that. That's where it started.
Yeah.
But for yourself, back in the day, X Factor was first, right?
Yeah.
How'd you go on X Factor?
That was with my group Fortunate, with my brothers.
Yeah.
So that's me, my brother Isaiah, Jay, and our other brother Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you end up? Where'd you finish in that X Factor season?
7th.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, we came 7.
How is it like?
Because they were getting us to dance too much, bro. They didn't just get us to sing, get up in there, just fucking too much boom, 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 and then not enough singing. Nah.
Because I've interviewed Solo,
Yeah.
obviously Justice Crew, and then Nico, who's Bomber's brother, just went on Fuckboy Island.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's out on, sorry if I get this wrong, Nico, Hinge?
Yeah, Binge Juice.
Binge, yeah, Hinge's dating app.
My man's been on the Hinge.
Not me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro. So I know, like, Solo's stories are nuts because obviously being part of Justice Crew at the time was just like nothing, and then next day you're a A-list celebrity.
And even just how Justice Crew came together, like, bro, this guy was been hustling for years.
Yeah, and they when Solo explained it to me, he's like, they weren't even before Justice Crew like formed. They hardly like really knew each other.
Yeah.
It's like some distant connections between them.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they're traveling the world together, like those 5. Some of them were already friends, but Nico, who had like I spoke to him about the show as well. What's it like filming X Factor for people like at home? Because
for everyone that don't understand reality TV, it's all like it's a mix of real, but like maybe 40% real, 30% real, 70%. Nah, it could be like 20-80. Because they'll come into a room and they'll be like, act sad. And we'll just be like, what? This is fucking weird. What do you mean act sad? And he'll just be there like this. I'm trying to talk to my brother like, yo. And they'll be like, yeah, be happy. And we're like, yo. I was confused, bro. You know?
How old were you?
I was X Factor 18.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But, you know, bro, getting paid weekly, living like by the beach, like in Bondi, coming from Mount Druitt, that was like a full game changer. I was like, yeah, you want me to dance? Eats. I'll do the Michael Jackson for you. Get my money. And like they feed you. Like it was a crazy experience. Like I wouldn't change it. But
yeah. So you enjoyed it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But it was all, I enjoyed I wouldn't change the experience, but it was just the things that they do there. Like, yeah, it's definitely staged.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like make it out to be like you're close as with your mentor, your judge and shit. You don't even fucking know him.
Who was your judge?
Ronan. So we have Ronan
English
Keating.
or Irish, maybe?
Yeah, Irish fella.
Yeah.
And on the camera, he was like, he would act and shit, and I would just be like, in my head, I'm thinking like, what the fuck? But you go with it, you're just like, huh, yeah. But really, you're like, what the fuck, you liar.
Yeah. And then after that, Jakiel.
Yeah.
Under Jakiel, what were the
Fortunate?
Yeah, and then so turns into 7-0 at some point as well over the past 5 years, was it?
Yeah, probably like, because after X Factor and Fortunate, like I took a step back from music, and that's when I started playing footy. Because I kind of just got over music, you know. Like when I put my mind to something, I give my all. Like I'll fucking go all in for it. And with Fortunate, I just felt when we stopped, and because my brothers, you know, really it just hit me, and it was just like fuck, I need a break. So I went and played footy, but then I mean, yeah, as I was getting back into footy, I started fucking wanting to run it back, and then we got some opportunities with Fortunate and shit. So it was just like, yeah, natural to get stuck into it. But then after that, yeah, 7-0 was kind of born. That's when I met Eddie. Yeah, that kind of thing. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna ride, because I'm real passionate about where I'm from too. You know, like 2770. Just rep my hood, rep where I'm from. Take that around the world. And that's when that was birthed. And that was kind of like 7-0 was kind of like the breaking point from where I was like the birth of me kind of finding my craft proper in a deeper sense of like understanding how like what my flow is, like where my vocal range is when we record, understanding how to record myself, like doing all that shit. So that's where learning off like guys like Eddie, like he's a master at this shit, is like, you know, that's where that really came in.
Yeah.
Because I have my experience and I have my understanding of music, but then in the studio it was different. And I had to figure all that out, you know, by myself. So that was the birth of 7-0, and that's still my journey now. I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, for people listening that may not have listened to music yet, what would you say your type of music is? Under 7-0. We'll get to Planet Vegeta.
Well, as in like my type of music.
Like you'd be a hip-hop artist?
Yeah, hip-hop, R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah, soul. I say soul because, like, you know, I feel like I'm the soul of the hood. Yeah. You know, when I sing like that. It just comes straight from, you know, my fucking soul and heart. and it's not perfect, then that's why I like it. I like it like that, you know. Some people are calling, oh, it's got to be this way, it's got to be that way, it's got to be commercial, this and that. I've been around the game so long, I'm just like, I just want to do me. However I want to talk on it, that's how I'm going to talk. Yeah. However I'm going to sing on it, that's how I'm going to sing. Yeah, so that's my shit.
You would have seen like the commercial downside at a young age with X Factor A.
Yeah.
Like just seeing how like, fuck, it's a bad word, but like predatory almost.
Yeah.
Like big commercial music is and shit like that.
Yeah, that's it.
And how much people switch up as well.
But you know, that just comes with education, bro. Like, and that just comes with all these artists like just really honing into what they can bring. Because everyone's just trying to chase a sound or chase what this person or that person looks like. No one actually fucking looks in the mirror and just goes, oh shit, what do I want to sing, or what do I want to sound like? How do I want to come on this thing? Like I say, like if you can't listen to yourself, then fuck, you're not doing the right music.
Yeah. Because
it's just, for me anyways, I only play shit that I want to listen to or make shit that I want to listen to. And like when it comes to 92, that's how, you know, all our music happens. It's like we make the song, we link up, we break bread, eat, and then we play music, play the unreleased, you know, like, and then everyone just gets on that vibe, and that's how we keep moving with it. But we love what we make. That's why we'll do it forever.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
Now the JM song.
Yeah.
That kind of put you on like a trajectory, I reckon.
Yeah.
Back into like people's mouths in terms of like talking about your music and whatnot. How did that come about?
Man, that was like I was in my house at the back room. I just had a guitar, played it, and that just came out like that. It was originally just me. It was just me on the acoustic, and then I think I dropped it on Insta like a leak or something, you know. And then Ems he messaged me, and he was just like, "Oh, you know, this is tough or whatever." 1, 2, 3, broke it down, and he ended up coming to the studio at Universal with the boys, and he just laid his verse just like that.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh shit!" And so all my boys were there. I was like, "Oh, that's it."
Yeah,
you know, that's the track there.
Yeah.
And then I ended up linking with Solo and Solo and Wilster and that after, and then we made that breakdown because the actual track got leaked. My one got leaked, and then that knocked up a mil fucking plays on YouTube, but it was a demo.
Yeah.
So I just had to come with a point of difference at the end. And
what do you do when it gets leaked? Like, what was that like seeing it out there?
I didn't care, bro.
Yeah.
Straight out, like music's for everyone. Doesn't matter how it comes out. Fuck it. Like, as long as the story got across to them and they felt something, like if it didn't get leaked, then someone needed it at that time, then fuck, you know? But it was leaked for a reason. You know, someone might have been going through some shit and then they just needed that track to get them through something. So when that shit happens, that's God's will, bro. I can't change that. I just got to roll with it and figure out how I can work around it.
Fuck, what a mature approach, eh? Holy shit, bro. I wouldn't have thought to answer it with that.
Oh, it is what it is, bro. That's life, bro. Shit happens, you know? Like, fuck, always. And we always beat ourselves up of shit that we can't control.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, it's like, just go with it and just be strong in what you believe in, what you stand on, and then it doesn't matter what happens out there. Oh, yeah, sweet, you're going to change my direction? Sweet, I'll build a whole new fucking house on this street. Sweet, that street changed? Sweet, I'll build a whole new one on this one. All good.
Fuck, bro, very mature. There's not many
30,
men in music.
bro.
It's not that old, bro. There's not many men in music that would answer a question about a leak like that.
Oh, bro. You know, maybe one day I might get cut over if it's something that I really... But my outlook of life is different. You know, maybe when I was younger, I used to think like that and shit. But, you know, for me, music is just one part of me.
Yeah.
You know, music is just a part of me. If you want to get to know the rest of me, you have to understand the rest of me. So, you know, if that's just a part of me that you know, then eats. But then once you learn about the rest, then you get the full scope of who I am. So, it is what it is, man.
Have you ever listened to Rick Rubin speak?
Nah, I fucking love Rick Rubin, but yeah, I need I was gonna get onto his thing, but nah, I haven't really dived into.
Do you know Jay Shetty?
Yeah,
he did podcast with Rick Rubin.
Real?
Yeah, last Friday night, maybe.
Damn, that's gonna be tough.
You speak like him, the way like Rick Rubin, the way he like talks and the way he thinks.
I know Rick Rubin's a mogul in the music world. Like,
he's the best producer of all time.
Yeah,
just in terms of variety, like Beatles to Kanye.
Bro, Johnny, this guy's an old fella, and he just
like a beard, like white beard, bald hair, like he wears fashionable shit.
The first time I seen him was at Jay-Z's thing. Like he done that that little doco, and this guy was just laying on the couch, this white guy, and I was like, who the fuck is that? And it's Rick Rubin, and then I just done some research. I was like, fuck, this guy is
yeah. You say he'd be like 60s now, and he still hangs out with like Jay-Z, Kanye, the whole crew. Even younger artists now, like he's still in the studio with them. Like,
he's like everyone's mentor.
Yeah,
like he mentors everyone.
But yeah, the way you speak kind of reminded me. I listened to that podcast
man.
2.5 times and got almost finished it a third time in less than a week.
I got to meet him.
Oh,
one day.
Tee it up. Yeah. He just released a book actually.
Yeah. True.
And I reckon, you like it. I'm gonna go buy it like legit this week.
Yeah, man.
But the way you speak, I was like, fuck, this is like like the way he speaks as well. Everything he's seen in music as well, the way he talks about music and like the way it brings people together and whatnot.
Yeah, hard, bro. Like that's what it should do. You know, like people try and take it too far out of context of what it's supposed to be about. It's like if I want to sing about fucking motivation today, I want to sing about that. If I'm sad, then that's what it's just really another form of communication. So, and there's no rules. That's what things, people think. I'm about to release a track with no hook. Like, but everyone, these labels and that will be like, nah, you need a hook, you need a verse. Fuck that. This is my fucking track and my audience and my community and my music. They're the ones who are going to listen to my shit, not you. So I just keep serving my people and working with my people, and that's how the music grows.
Yeah. It's spot on, eh?
Yeah.
Spot on. Some of the artists I've spoken to, like, they just contradict everything they believe and think of their music.
Yeah, bro.
Cater for, like, some fucking 50-year-old bloke sitting in.
And it's the hard thing, because I've been on both sides of the spectrum, Like, I get it. Some people are just trying to eat, so they got to compromise there. Yeah. But for me...
At what cost, but,
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. It's like, fuck, if you're willing to do it then who knows, like, you're gonna have that same standard forever.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's like what I'm trying to teach my artists and, the peers around me is like, fuck that, hone in on who you are and fucking go all in on that. Yeah. Because then you'll find someone, if it's the one person who connects with you, then build with them. You only need that one person to believe in you. After that, then the rest, you can do the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good message to be putting out for. So Planet Vegeta comes along.
Yeah.
And
Monstrous.
Yeah, what an entry into the scene, bro. Planet Vegeta, like, heavy stuff, eh? Like, when you guys, like, came through, it was very, like, everyone knew. Yeah. I knew straight away, like, fuck, like, these guys aren't fucking around.
Appreciate
it. What exact year was Planet Vegeta first brought to life? 20...
Maybe 2019.
Yeah.
4 years ago. Huh? 2018.
Yeah, because I would have been just in uni, so 2018. Yeah. And then Planet Vegeta comes out, and something I wanted to mention, I mentioned it before, but the main way I remember, like, memorizing who you were and, like, taking mental note was the F and fuck off parties.
Oh, yeah.
Which were, like, the first time, and I've wanted to do it.
Shout out Effin.
Yeah. Best brand in the city. Them and Jade Up. When I first saw it, I was thinking, like, when I was younger, I used to watch Boiler Rooms. I always thought, like, fuck, there's a way to do something here. And then he did it in his own way in terms of, like, a party instead of a DJ. It was yourselves.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, like, this has been nailed properly. Okay. What was it like doing those type of events?
That literally came up. We were on the boat, and we done their boat party.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. That was hectic. And then after that, he just said, oh, I'm going to chuck a party in next week or something. Just come through. I was like, yes, eats. That shit's our vibe anyway. We just pull up, do that thing, and we ended up releasing that thing as a music video. Land Down Under.
Yeah.
But yeah, those events are, that they're sick, but we're more onto building our own events. So with 92 Day that we're working on and that, that's where, we're going to, bring our own flavor to the scene and in how we do events. Because what we do in 92 Day, we have gaming, like actual gaming tournament. Then we want to build to, like, we got like 3-on-3, 1v1 with the basketball, and then our food truck. So then performances, entertainment, shit like that. And that's the event we're trying to build out slowly, small, and then we'll take it, go from there.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
I'm doing a Helos one. I might have to cut this out. I'm doing a Helos one. So one of my mates bought a bus, those charter buses that you get for like a wedding or something, right? And they hollowed it out, but the bus company said this bus is fucked, but we're taking the materials. So he bought a bus that only had the driver's seat in it. The rest was wood. And so we're going to go park the bus out in a paddock and host like a...
That's tough.
Like a boiler room set.
tough.
So we're gonna get cameras. So one of my best mates, when we were like last year, he moved to Melbourne to take on like DJing fully.
Yeah.
And on the weekend, he did his first show in front of like a few thousand people.
Yeah. Wow.
Out in Wiseman's Ferry of all places, at like a festival over the long weekend.
Yeah.
And like he'll do it because like he just wants to do it as well because I spoke to him about it. So yeah, we're gonna go park it in a paddock. I've just got to figure out ways of like it's gonna be a private event.
Yeah.
So no, it would just be invite only.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather do that and then say I go to host an actual event. That way I got runs on the board, you know, and that it would be way easier to sell tickets. But yeah, we're gonna try and park the bus out Castlereagh Road.
Yeah.
There's a paddock out there where I know someone that owns it. Something.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's gonna go off. Bro.
And then I'll hire another party bus that'll go out, pick the people up, take them back to Penrith Station so that they have a way home.
Say less.
Yeah,
That's an event, bro.
But yeah, I like when you talk about events, I'm fascinated because I really want to like start doing them as well. I want to tap in.
Hey, tap in.
Yeah.
Let's tap in on one too.
Yeah.
One down the line.
Yeah, get you to do that. Because I want to do a hip hop one and I want to do a DJ one. Because hip hop's like Helos, like that's my shit, like personally. DJing, but like that's it's just something I like am across the board on for whatever reason. And I watched I did like the top end of live music last year. So I went to Tomorrowland, if you know what that is.
Yeah.
In Europe, and I went to Ultra in Croatia.
How was that? But I heard it goes off.
Tomorrowland's fucked. Tomorrowland's like is the most organized thing I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
So we were in Amsterdam and we were going into the back ass of Belgium. Yeah. So it's like a 2-hour drive. And they organize buses for you. And when you get there, you get like this massive envelope and it has everything in it. You get there, they give you a tent. They tell you where you have to put your tent. You go put your tent down. There would have been over 10,000 people camping on the weekend I was there, yet alone people coming in and out every single day. Yeah. But they're like, when I say like organized, I mean like for kilometers on end, there are like shops, like pop-up shops where they have like all different types of food, phone chargers, like phone repairers, SIM card shops, like all that pop up for the weekend. Yeah. And then like toilets and stuff they're no joke. They're like
proper
50 to 100 meters long. Demountables that have shelving in the demountables as well, so you can put your stuff in. Like it's not like a shit show in there, basically.
Proper.
You know? It's like hooks, and it's like a decent sized portable shower as well. Like I'm a big boy, and
that's crazy.
Yeah. So they had all that sorted out, and there would have been I say 10,000. I reckon way more.
Yeah.
And then they had over 6 or 7 stages there at Tomorrowland. Main stage is nuts, and I've never really experienced anything like it at a festival, but when you're at Tomorrowland and the main stage, and you're looking down and there's like 10,000 people right there in front of you. Up to the right, there was like 2 pavilions and they didn't fit many people on them. But in the pavilions, I realized that like on the 3rd day, there were celebrities. Wow. And like some of the people that were there were like just ultra famous people. And then, do you know Lude?
Yeah, DJ,
Yeah. So he was on like a small, he was on like a thing on the water. So you can imagine the regatta. Imagine they put a stage in the middle of the water there, right? So that's what that was like. It was like this man-made pond. He's in the middle. So all the Aussies went to Lude. And it was just Australians from like left, right and centre.
Yeah.
We leave Lude to go back to main stage. And the boys, I went to go watch a different DJ, but the boys were watching Fisher, who's like, like Fisher. And I went to go watch like a hardstyle DJ I grew up on. So yeah, it was fun. But the boys, Lude's walking across this hill because he just wanted to join in because he'd never gone. And the boys were hanging out with Lude for like
that's
2
hectic.
or 3 hours or something nuts. Yeah,
that's mad.
Just hanging out. But like for Lude, like people had no idea who he was. But like all the Aussies were like, holy fuck, like Lude's here. Like because big like Down Under had come out, the remix. And that's
true.
Down Under, I think would be like 50 million streams maybe. Yeah, so
crazy.
It's crazy, bro. But it's just like no fights, which was nuts.
Yeah.
I saw one person possibly like in a medical emergency. And if you think about it, for like, to be real, like the amount of drugs that was most probably taken on that weekend.
Oh, definitely.
Over four nights, 5 days of partying.
Yeah.
And like
they must just have a different culture there, bro. Like,
they don't abuse alcohol. It's not. It's like they enjoy it way more. Like, it sounds so stupid. It sounds pretentious to say out loud, but like. They just, I don't know. And they're not really like egotistical.
Yeah.
And the environment's not egotistical either. Like there's a lot of like big fellas there and like they're not really like, I don't know. When you go to festivals out here, there's so much ego.
Yeah.
But over there, I suppose as well, like language is another thing. Like nobody really knows anyone here. It's all people from all walks of life. It's kind of beautiful, but like you'll be standing with the Australian flag and like, I remember there was one guy Next to me had the Sierra Leone flag, which is West Africa, I believe. And then there was like a Colombian girl and like someone from North America as well, like all in just like they're like just partying with each other.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
That's it. That's just the culture that they've built, you know, the
Yeah.
culture and what they've created. And that's pretty much what we're trying to do is just build the, you know, everyone's focused on the thing, but it's like, what's the culture that you're building and what's the community you're building? That's where I feel like everything flows from there. You know, no problems. Everyone understands what it is. You get like when you walk into a place, you're like, fuck, I know if I'm going to have a fight here or not.
Yeah.
Or, you know, or if you walk into a place and you're like, oh shit, I feel welcome. This is energy, you know, this hectic, good food, good vibes. Everyone's just loving it.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, bro. Electronic music, like dance music.
Yeah, that too.
It's just like nobody wants any problems.
Yeah, probably because they're all just munging out. They're just
like I
can't
said,
even see anyone next to them. Just
like I said, my best mate, I go to his shows when he does them in Sydney.
Yeah.
And like we get to go backstage or like behind the DJ decks with him. And never seen a problem at his shows. But if I don't go clubbing anymore. But back when I was like 18, 19, I could step into any hip hop club and guarantee like someone's gonna like push me in the back trying to start purely because I'm a big boy and like they get a bit of grog into them like fuck, look at this big kid over here, I'm gonna have a crack.
That's it.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, I like the events thing. I think it's pretty crucial to focus on the culture of the actual event.
Yeah.
Make sure the vibes are right.
Hard. Like FN's a perfect example for culture, like building culture. Like you see that it's a brand, it's a clothing thing, but it's bigger than that. They could literally switch the flick and do events and then they would have that community that will fuck with it.
Yeah.
Because they just get it, you know, they get it. They pull up to a place and do a pop-up, boom, people there because they get it. And that's pretty much, you know, that's what it's about. And I draw inspiration from, you know, guys like that because they're go-getters, bro. They just make shit happen, build their cultures how they want and just keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I don't know. It would be cool to, I'd love to go to a Planet Vegeta 92 World Show, bro.
Yeah, hard.
Be front row.
Definitely soon, very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you get any guests on? Like any other musicians?
Nah, not for now. You know, like we got
yourself.
in-house, we got 6 artists.
Nuts.
Like-
I didn't realize it was 6.
Yeah, so if you break it down, you got Planet Vegeta.
Yeah.
You got myself, Look Good, Jazz, that are in Planet Vegeta, and we got all our solo projects.
Yeah.
And then you got Sevis and Reezy, our youngins. So, you know, from there, that's a show in itself. Like if you just put all our tracks together. So that's what we want to build in now. And then with the, you know, as we progress, of course, we want to bring, you know, like our colleagues.
Yeah.
You know, my peers and that.
Yeah. Planet Vegeta, the album as well, 92 way?
The EP.
EP. Yeah, on Spotify it comes up with the album.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's it.
The EP.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Like when was the first idea, like when was the idea put out into the world?
Man, you know, the thing with PV is like, I love how we work, you know, like we've built it up to a place where we just like, when we get in the studio, we just make shit and then that's it. Like it happens organically and nothing's forced. Like everyone understands like where their lane is and shit. But with the whole EP, how that came about, bro, I think that all went all the way up until the release date. Like we just made that in 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we had ideas and stuff, but then it was like, oh yeah, we've got to release this EP, go on this tour, let's get it finished. Boom, go in the studio, finished it, like our parts, recording and whatnot, and then Look Good he mixed and mastered it himself too, but before that, no knowledge, not too much knowledge of mixing and mastering, so he's doing tutorials while mixing and mastering that whole project. Bro, nuts, but that's how we work, bro, because like I said, like you go to someone else, rely on them for your shit, then you got to keep going to that.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Beep that shit. Please.
Nah, you're right.
But you know, you got to keep going to that person because you don't understand your craft and what's required of your work. Like if I go to a mix and master and they charge me $500, I wouldn't know because I don't know how to mix and master. So I just think that's normal. If I understand the whole process, then he say $500, I just say fuck off. You only twist 2 buttons, that's worth 200. You know, so it's all in understanding your craft, and that's what Eddie does, bro. Like he goes out there and nerds out on everything. Like, and then you know with that whole project, he mixed and mastered it. And we dropped it on that thing. But that was a 2-sided drop. It was a EP on Spotify and all platforms, and then we dropped another project, our Fried Chicken and Flips, that same day. So it's a two-headed flip, two-headed drop, and that's what Eddie was mixing, like all those tracks.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah. But bro, I listen. My favorite is Fried Chicken and Flips.
Yeah.
Like that EP is my favorite for sure. But just for every day, just cruising around, like you got to get on that Fried Chicken.
I've seen
Flips.
on Instagram you like cruise around and you're driving and like you're rapping or you're singing type of thing.
Always, bro, because that's the time that I get to do that shit. All other times I'm either working or trying to do something. But when I'm in my car, I get to listen to my music, and that's my little thing, my little getaway. Like I'll drive for ages just listening to my stuff, and I'll always come up with melodies, and then I'll just in my course of driving, if I'm driving somewhere, I'll come up with something. I'll just detour and go to the studio and just lay that there and then I'll just keep going on with my day. But yeah, that's my time, right? In the car, just playing my jams, playing music, and then that's how I get my stuff. Not too many not enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could just go home and sit and then think of it then. Nah, I'll find it when I'm driving.
Yeah.
And I'll go home and do the business or be a dad,
Yeah, I'm the same, bro. I'm a courier, like of a day. Still work full time. All the best ideas.
Yeah.
Always driving. I had to like start stopping. So like I'm obviously stopping in houses, but I had to start like implementing like stopping as soon as possible, writing in my notes because I was forgetting it.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking of it, and you're like expanding on it, and then like you get a call or something, and then by the time you finish the call or whatever, you're just like, what the fuck? Like what was it? It's like a dream almost.
Hard.
And you just forget. So it makes sense that you just stop it.
I'll just voice memo and just say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I just go back, and
go
I'll
back.
write it out.
Yeah, man. Is that your process for writing?
Oh, writing
like
now.
off the dome, or do you like have an actual process where you kind of sit down?
Bro, I haven't wrote proper in ages. Like lately, well, like since, I've been doing all my new tracks. I just go behind the mic, kind of just say what's on my mind. And I feel like that's the best for me because really I just want my music to be a conversation starter. Like I don't have nothing crazy to say or whatever. I'm just explaining my life. My views on life and shit. And then like if people have questions, they can ask me. But it's not really like, putting the best metaphors and fucking doing this and that. It's just like, bro, if I feel like saying that, I'm going to say that. And that's why. And I keep trying to grow it and, make sure it's not like, whatever. But yeah.
Make sure it doesn't stagnate type of thing. Like it's repetitive.
Yeah. I just make sure my melodies are good.
Yeah.
And then the shit that I'm saying is I can stand on. Because that's one thing I noticed. All these artists just talking shit. Like, like in terms of like a lot of them say shit that they don't even understand themselves,
Yeah.
So for me, I just say shit that I can understand and stand on my,
Yeah. Bro, I think you make soul music in the sense of like comes from the soul.
Yeah, facts.
It's not.
It's all heart and soul. That's it. Like,
yeah.
There's nothing perfect about my shit. I just do my shit, and then if you fuck with it, I like talking to the people who really fuck with it because they get it. People were messaging me about.
I fucked with your latest song, 2424.
24, yeah, 24, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So that came about in the while I was driving as well.
Yeah,
I just kept saying 2424, and then I said something on my Insta. Oh, I'm gonna drop the song in 10 days. So then I had to drop it in 10 days. I had to record it that Friday. Then, the rest was history from there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, recorded on the Friday. Asked Pav from Sonder Films to come shoot it on that same day.
Yeah.
Came, shot it, caught a plane, met my team in Brisbane, and then we worked on our 92 day.
Fuck, you've built quite a network, eh?
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, I didn't realize until I started needing people, like, in terms of, like not needing people, but, like, just...
Outsourcing.
Yeah, outsourcing.
Problems,
And I'm just like, shit, I've done so much shit for other people in terms of, like, I've served a lot of people, too. Just being around, understood their game, but then, like, just whatever they needed, I'll just be there.
Yeah.
I'm a student of this game, bro. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like my first ever gig was because I used to do videography work, and my first ever gig was with like Ty.
Yeah, really.
Ty took me fucking to Thailand. I was shooting and that for him, and then like it started like that, and then I started rolling on with videos, and then I understood how to edit, and then now I get it. Like
yeah.
But like it helps me also with my other shit because some guy would charge us 20K for a music video and I'll be like, what, just to fucking cut and this? I said, nah, the treatment don't match that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can't be charging 20K, like, so just all this stuff, all the skills surrounding what I do and love, like I just try and, get in there and then I meet those people along the way and that's how my network gets created.
Yeah, nice.
I guess.
Fucking hell. With the video thing, bro, because the goat's upstairs, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. some of my mates have opened businesses and they've gotten quotes from videographers. I do like little fucking iPhone videos for them because I've always loved doing it. And I understand like editing and whatnot because of this, especially. But they get quotes and then they'll come to me like, oh, the quote was this and this. And I'll know exactly like what he can do for that. And I'm like, no fucking way.
Yeah,
like, these guys are just ripping. They're taking you to be some fucking idiot if they're like pricing. You know what I mean? Like some of the guys,
of course.
Right? And you just go like, I know exactly what it takes.
Yeah.
I just don't have the camera at the moment to
and that's it.
match up.
Yeah. It's hard. And it's hard when you don't know because it's like people would just keep taking you for a ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you like figure it out, I guess. But bro, this guy up there, Nick, bro, he's an animal.
Yeah.
He's an animal. We worked on a project together which was sick.
Oh, the Apple TV one, hey.
Yeah, we worked on that little Apple joint together.
How does that come about for you?
Nah, so my wife's best mate is like one of, the like
a producer or something, or like
nah, she's like high up in there with Apple.
Yeah,
just like she does products or whatever. And then we just got onto the Mac manager and the iPhone manager. That deal came about. It was just like how to create off these Macs and iPhones, because bro, we're going into an age where you could probably just do everything off the iPhone. Yeah. Like literally, all our content on 92 World comes off the iPhones, and these iPhones, Apple gave it to us for that reason. They just said, go create with it, go do this. But that's how that was the first project with Apple with Nikki and that. And this one is our second one, and then we've got some other ones that'll come down in the pipeline soon.
Yeah, that's mad, bro. That's our network, just building
Yeah, well, it's just being like prepared. Fuck, that door can open any time. And it's just like, are you prepared? The door open is just like, yes, let's do something. Yeah. Maybe before I wouldn't have been prepared, but I'm just taking whatever comes, whatever God's given me. My team, we're taking it with two hands and running with it.
Yeah, I feel the exact same. Like, I've like had conversations with myself where there's people that have come on the podcast. Simi, Jordan Simi.
Yeah.
He was at YKTR before. He did the boxing. Yeah. I messaged him on a Monday, and I was like, "Hey, like, would you come on the podcast?" Sent them, what I sent you the other day, like the message type of thing, and he replied like, book in Wednesday, and like within 2 days, I have my biggest guest, so to speak.
That's mad.
But he's like, "You got to come to YKTR, pay for the studio, whatever." And I was just sitting there with myself like that night. I was like, "Fuck!" Like the doors opened.
Yeah.
This is what you work so hard for, but when it actually opens, it's actually quite fucking scary. Like, it's a lot to take on.
It's like, oh shit, but that's what it's about, bro. Good on you, man.
It's exciting and it's nerve wracking. Yeah. But I think nerves obviously means you're doing something pretty good.
Yeah, something worth it.
Yeah. Back to the soul music topic. I forget the song what it was called, but I feel like I want to call it "Boys to Brothers."
Yeah, you're spot on.
Yeah, that's right. Is it? Yeah. That song. I felt from my perspective, this could be so wrong. I could look like an idiot. That was really good for like men's mental health.
Oh yeah, man.
That's how it came across to me.
Oh, that's it.
Was that the aim of the song?
But there was like with us, it's not really like we just get in and make what's organic then.
Yeah.
And the Boys to Brothers thing, that shout out to you got some boys, Tori and Ricks and Deezer and the boys there. That's BTB, And I asked her, I was like, "Fuck, can I name this track Boys to Brothers?" Because those are some of the boys that kind of helped me when I was younger, when went astray a little bit, be out of school, but following, going with these guys, they'll look after me. And so that whole track was about that whole, boys to brothers, like, brotherhood, like, being there for one another type thing. And that's how that came about. But that's a special track for us, for sure. I feel like that's when I was like, nah, this is it. Like, this is what it's about.
Yeah.
I fucking love this shit.
I think that's what hip hop's about, bro, and music. That's what it's meant to be. I've said publicly before, and I'll talk to you about after, like an artist that like I've met and kind of pissing me off now. But like making two trends gives me the shits. But like
what do you mean?
Like, so when like there's a sound, right? So like Shiloh Dynasty, she did XX, like Tentacion.
Yeah.
That like that vocal that was in the background, that real soft female voice. Yeah. So that's Shiloh, right?
Okay.
That's like an anonymous person.
Yeah.
Don't even know if it's a female or a male, but like she used to post videos of just her like this far down.
True.
And from what you could tell, it looked like a female. So Shiloh's out in the world, completely anonymous, rich as fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, and like big in
crazy.
music.
That's mad.
so her samples, she put videos out online, and then they just get reused, right? Drill rappers took them, and then they just kept reusing that sample to do like sad drill,
Yeah.
and then it kind of turned into a trend. And then people kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And I was just like, this is not the way fucking forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like the song, like some, especially in drill, like when people just make to the trends, gives me the shits. It's like there's no originality.
Yeah, 100. There's two sides of that story, you know, like I get it to an extent, like people are just finding, you know, a lot of it is like kids just coming into this thing because everyone's doing it now.
Yeah.
Before, no one was doing music when I was doing music. Now everyone's doing it, but, you know, they're coming into it and they're just jumping on whatever's hot, you know, and then I think it's good in the sense that, yeah, jump on it, but then stay consistent and just find your sound through that, if that's it. But the thing with drill is like, fuck, you got to be talking about shit that you're drilling.
Yeah.
And that's where that's where it's mixed up for me, because it's like, yeah, they're jumping on the wave, but you're not a driller. Like, you're just a little kid. Like, you're a good boy, whatever. Just rap about that.
Yeah.
But like, that's where it's a bit hard to kind of break down. But for me, yeah, it's like with 92 and PV and that, we just do us.
Yeah.
Whatever we feel like, that's it. Whatever we fuck with, that's what we're gonna do. And that's the conversation we had when we started this shit. It's like we're not gonna make music for everyone else, because you keep doing that output, and then you're fucking drained. You're burnt because you haven't done shit that you love. Yeah. For us, it's about doing what we love first, and whoever fucks with us, then we'll take them on the journey. We'll build with them, and that's how it's gonna be for us. But yeah, I feel like with us, you can get country, you can get fucking hip hop, you can get R&B, whatever. It's just
That's what Dave does so well in the UK.
Yeah, he's animal.
Yeah, it just makes what he wants to make.
Yeah.
And it just sticks. People love it.
That's it.
And he just, he comes from like a fucked background as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you know about like both his brothers. They're still inside.
Yeah.
But like he just made music not to be pretender, and he just made like pure poetry, focused on the piano, like putting that into his music and whatnot. And yeah, I kind of wish artists would more look at like someone like Dave.
Yeah.
Especially the young fellas around here, be like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to hop on like this instrumental that's popping at the moment. Cause
and we've got it. Like, we've got the talent. We've got there's so many artists, like all these youngins that are coming up. Like, I listen to their stuff and I'm like, crazy.
Yeah.
Like, just understanding the potential of where they can go to, crazy for me. So we're in good hands. Music is in good hands. It's just, I feel like everyone just needs to understand the direction of where they want to go and shit like that.
Sonically, in Australia, do you think that's where the improvement lies? Is like just more originality across the board?
Yeah. That's I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was about to answer that question. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Like, where the problem is. I feel like the problem just lies with everyone needing to understand who they are first. And like, when everyone can just tell their stories, how they feel like it, then I feel like that's when we'll get to see, oh yeah, shit, we need to work on this shit or that shit. But you got guys out there that can match with these internationals, like from where we're from. Yeah. So I feel like you got your pockets here and there, but as an overall comment, I don't know.
Yeah. Have you seen Sky Sessions? The Take Flight freestyles? Yeah. So I had Wings on and we were talking about that. I was saying to Wings, like off camera, I reckon the next thing is to bring back, remember 360 verse Cursor?
Yeah.
To bring back, not like a heater one, because there's obviously area problems and whatnot. I'm from the Blue Mountains. I wouldn't have a fucking clue about what's going on with area codes, right? But like back and forth, like almost like a battle rap, get like guys like having like a back and forth, see who's really got it off the dome and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then it'd be a good way to really test people, like throw them out in the deep end.
Yeah.
And see if they can back it, you know?
True.
Because if you can back it off the dome, you can basically go do anything you want.
For sure.
But I think that's what I got too many ideas.
I'd be mad to see that.
I want to like host it in here, but
crazy.
Or I want to do it at a like a small venue.
Yeah.
And just pack out a crowd, probably private invite, and then each of them can bring a few boys or their crew.
Yeah.
And then just have a bunch of people in hip hop, whether it be like writers or whether it just be like hip hop artists, just like yourself, or just fans that are like send out like 10 private invites to fans, and then just pack the room with a bunch of people within the
industry,
scene.
Yeah, mad.
And then that way,
that's
like,
tough.
Yeah, I feel like we don't do enough of that shit, you know.
We need to,
yeah.
Well, heaps of these youngins, especially from out here west, they've been thrown on some crazy parties.
Yeah.
Like Hot Out West, like Josh and that.
Yeah, nice.
Man, they got a mad little collective there. Shout out Josh and the crew, and you know who's that? Like Solly and
Dylan, Fernando, and stuff like that. They're like nuts creatives.
Yeah, I feel old, bro, but And because I've been living out there for 9 years,
Yeah.
I haven't been really back in the area. I just come see my family and shit. But man, like shout out everyone from. I feel like we from the area, we got the best.
Yeah.
Straight out, we got the best of the best in all areas. Like talking about the music, whatever it is, athletes.
What's it been like watching Mountie turn? Because bro, growing up, right? Like we discussed off camera, I think. Like I'm 23. It's like growing up, like I'd be at Penrith all the time, but like you'd never go to Mount Druitt.
Yeah,
Because growing up, like it was like for a white kid from the mountains, it's not I've no reason to be there.
yeah.
But like as I've like gotten older, you've seen like Mount Druitt slowly just change its whole image.
Yeah.
Especially by embracing it. I feel like they embrace the name of Mount Druitt.
Yeah.
Especially, what's it been like seeing like the whole narrative of Mountie change from like people kind of talking shit to people being like, "Fuck, look at Mountie go."
It's hard when you're from Mountie. It's hard, like but because I've been staying, like from me seeing how people perceive it, it's a bit weird because now you got other people from out east claiming they're from Mount Druitt, and I'm like, I'm from there, bro. And I don't say it, but I just be like, I don't know you.
Yeah.
But people want to be from Mountie. You go to NZ, people want to be from Mountie, things like that. So, I mean, just with time, it's cool, I guess. Like if people wants to be like where I'm from, then cool. But
it's nuts because they're all your gen, really.
Yeah.
Like Ty,
yeah.
Romy, Bizza, they're all like somewhat within the age bracket. Even 1-4.
Shout out to those boys, man. All those boys, Ty, Bizza, Romy, Critter, 1-4. Game changers, all of them.
Yeah, putting on
Yeah, bro.
Australia's never seen anything like it.
Yeah, and I feel like it needs to be celebrated way more, bro. Like just that collective. You got Tyson Pedro. You got all these other fellas coming out from here.
Polo.
Yeah, Polo Kuso.
Yeah, I'm gonna say as well, like
Middleweight
talking about like Mountie as well, like Logan up in Queensland, like Lissy and Taffa.
Yeah,
and like Polo as
so
well.
you know the producer and he does all our producing, but his the artists look good.
Yeah,
He's a tougher.
Yeah,
So
right.
Justin and Junior, that they're his first cousins. So he's Eddie's originally from Logan and that.
Yeah,
and the Woods. So that's why if you listen to the tracks, it's always talking about the Woods and the West linking up.
Yeah,
and that's what it's. So
is that what they call it? Like the Woods?
Yeah,
man, that's a sick name.
Yeah. Oh, what's the Woods? Woodridge.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Woodridge, Logan. I know nothing about Brisbane, but apparently that's like the similar area to Mountie type thing.
Yeah, that's what I've picked up from like.
And when you go there, you're like, you get it. Like, fuck, those tougher brothers, bro. They're like me and my brothers. Like, they're just like they're close. They fuck with each other and they really got each other's backs. And that's why me and Eddie just organically, naturally came together. It was just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
The tougher brothers and nutters,
Yeah.
So, unbelievable
just
fighters.
a tougher family, bro. They're all crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, talented, gifted. Yeah.
I'm excited to see Junior. I have Sporting Club Helos, which is like sport for the Helos side of things.
Yeah.
So I have like a page. On TikTok, it does really well. Instagram's still slowly growing. But I did a thing on Junior. And my mates ended up being able to watch the fight. I couldn't because I had football on. And they were like, this guy's like a fucking... Like, he'll be our next superstar probably.
He should have won that fight.
Yeah, they said he got
one.
robbed.
Yeah.
And then like on the weekend as well, Kai Cutter, France got robbed. And they were
They were getting robbed.
Yeah.
That guy was lying on Junior for like 10 minutes.
Fuck, I didn't watch it. And I couldn't watch it back. I couldn't find a place to watch it
Nah,
back.
so the fight started. Junior rocked him a few times.
Yeah.
He rocked him heaps. And then he just... That's Usman's brother. Shout out him
Yeah,
too.
that's
Good on
right.
him,
Yeah, it's the fucking battle of the brothers.
But definitely, Junior
Yeah.
could bang with him.
Are you going to do something for 92 World when the UFC comes out to Sydney in September?
I would love to.
I
I'd
reckon
have to
that'd
talk
be
to Ty about that.
Yeah.
Have to
Uncle
talk-
Ty.
Yeah, Uncle Ty.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
bring some Drink West on the food truck and boom, boom.
Link up with the Brazilians,
do a
bro.
little event.
Link up with all the Brazilian fighters and
Yeah,
stuff like
true.
that coming out. That'd be sick. See
My
that.
little brother actually is going to start getting into fights. So he's in 92 as well. He does our gaming, the 92 gaming stuff.
Mad.
Yeah, that's the one that we didn't talk about. Oh, we did, eh?
No,
Gaming.
we didn't.
Yeah.
We talked about like footy and
Yeah.
touch on it.
Nah, the 92 gaming is like, like people, bro, gaming now is crazy. It's like,
It's nuts. Such a big industry.
bro, it brings in way more than Hollywood actors these
Yeah.
days or Hollywood, the movie industry in itself. But that's something that we're focusing on as well. And like, we got some cool events planned with some cool people. We were able to go to NZ and see their gaming hub. One of the boys, Tip, shout out Tip, he took us through there, worked in their studio and seen their gaming hub. And it's just crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But that's what we kind of want to implement through our 92 day. And then Kid and Cats, they are boys that are gonna run it. My little brothers.
Yeah.
But they they're doing a stream every Monday, and they're just like building their stuff like that. But cool stuff coming from that side for sure.
But there's a kid from Penrith. So one of the boys that I like modeled for Helos once, he went to a school in Penrith, and he was like, "Oh, my best mate's like this guy called Mr. Fresh Asian," and he was part of the household with Laserbeam. If you know who Laserbeam was. Yeah. So this kid from Penrith, he dropped out in year 10.
Wow.
To pursue gaming, and at the time, like all the teachers are going like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And he was in this house with Laserbeam. So Laserbeam has that real. Do you know who Laserbeam is?
No. Yeah, crazy.
He's like, Laserbeam's like.
I thought you were talking about FaZe Clan.
Laserbeam was the biggest in the world for Fortnite. Like he was after Ninja.
Yeah.
Do you know Ninja? Sure,
yeah,
you know that guy.
Of course. Blue hair.
Yeah. After Ninja, Laserbeam was number one, right?
True.
So he was from Laserbeam's from Sydney. He was an electrician.
Oh, what?
So Harley, this kid, Mr. Fresh Asian from Penrith, was the guy in all these videos that would like go back and forth with him.
Damn.
And he dropped out in year 10 from a school in Penrith. And
so is he living over there?
no, a Laserbeam like goes over and just does his own thing, kind of streams, and he gets stupid numbers. But Harley's still like, all Mr. Fresh Asian is still.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, he's still like living around here. But yeah, there's a famous video where Laserbeam. Did you ever play Fortnite?
Yeah.
He drops into a game and he stream snipes Harley, who's gone. Wow. Right? So, like, he gets into the same game as the guy who's in the room next to him. Obviously, he kills everyone, so he's the last one left. And Laserbeam wins a game without doing anything through just going up and, like, avoiding the storm. He's the only guy in Fortnite to ever do it.
Was that when the planes were out?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No. He landed in a tree and he didn't move. So he's the only guy ever in Fortnite history to have recorded to land and not move and win a game of Fortnite.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. I reckon he made like hundreds of thousands off it. And he was in the Sidemen charity match, if you know what that is.
Oh, no way. Yeah, Sidemen, crazy.
Yeah, Laserbeam was in that. He's the only Australian to be in that as well.
Yeah.
All out of Sydney, bro. Yeah. It's just consistency. That's all streaming is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. If they just rock up every week or every day they say they're going to rock up, people put it into their own schedule.
Yeah,
and they just watch, and it's got so much upside, gaming, so much potential.
And gaming is just mad.
What games are they playing?
Or what so they run 2K, they run COD, they run Fortnite, no builds. Yeah, and like it's just those for now, but then they play other games, but those are the three ones that they're jamming hard.
Yeah, that's mad. Yeah. All right, we've got to finish up because we've got people waiting.
Beauty.
But bro, before we go, one piece of advice for a 21-year-old finding their way in the world, not sure what they want to do.
Damn. Piece of advice is just be you. Like, figure out what you want, figure out how you're going to get there, and then work backwards. Like, figure out where you want to be, and then work out the steps how you're going to get there. You know, if it means, I got to get a 9 to 5, save up, put away $300 a week to make sure that I can get this, piece of equipment that's going to help me be a DJ or whatever the fuck it is, then do that, but work backwards and just like work harder than everyone else, bro. Like when I'm in a room with anyone, I always say, I'm going to be the hardest worker right here, and no one's going to stop me. That's the mentality. Just get your mentality, find peace, and then just repeat that shit.
Yeah,
pray and repeat.
How would you say people find what they find? Like, how would you say people go to find what they want to do?
Strip away all the bullshit that you're doing right now. Just look at your life. If it's not where you want to be, then fucking take everything away and sit down with yourself. What do I want to do? Where do I want to be? Boom, there you go. It doesn't have to be too complicated. It's just like, if I don't like it, then obviously it's not for me, If I don't like this fucking job and there's nothing in it, then let me go get a job in, sound and equipment that's going to help me be a DJ eventually, because I'll get to understand the equipment. I don't know. Just have a crack, bro.
Yeah. Have a fucking crack.
Have a fucking crack.
Yeah.
Get around right people, Get around good people. That's one other thing is like, if you actually want to do something with your life, fuck off the party shit. Like, invest like what you're doing, bro. Like, what you're doing is crazy. 23 years old, you got a full business going, you got podcasts, you're still working 9 to 5, but you're still hustling, And that's what it's about. Like, that shit inspires me to see someone like you, your age, hustling, getting it, messaging someone like 6 years older than you to come and do an interview. Like, that's what it's about, bro. Honestly, that's all it is.
Yeah. I at the age of 21, I had to like, took a step back and I realized like, fuck, I'm actually a bit of a gimp. Like nothing's really cracking. Like I had a university degree, but I was like, fuck, like nothing's really happening. Helos was still going, but Helos was nothing compared to what it is now.
Yeah.
Helos at a point now where it's cool, where it's like if I message someone, it may have happened for you, where I message someone, they'll go, oh, I've seen your shit. That's like the number one thing for me at the moment is if I'm going to message someone, to give myself the best opportunity, I have to be putting out the best content so that they've seen me before and they're not just taking a random punt to come and talk to me. But I was at a point where I was like, all right, I don't know what to do here. The only thing I can think of first is to stop going out. So that was the first thing to do.
Mad.
Friday and Saturday night, stay in. Then I was like saving a lot of money. And then I thought, fuck, what's the best thing to do with this money? I need to go travel. I need to see the world. So that's what I did last year in 2022 whilst working. And then I connected with Nick Air. I connected with Bomber first in 21 through a guy called Cameron. Shout out Cameron. Shout out Flat. And then, through Bomber, connected with Nick Air. And then just being around them and seeing their attitude towards like partying. But then seeing the life they live like every week.
Yeah.
Like Nick Air, who he works for.
Hard.
And like Ty as well. Like being in the, being here because I clean here once a week and just like, fuck, like, it's just nuts, eh? Like, just once you surround yourself with a certain
100, bro.
type of person, certain caliber of person that holds himself to standards, you're just like, fuck, like. And the biggest thing I learned, and I try and tell it to the boys younger than me from the same area, like Benny is 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And that's why I bring him along because I try and give him opportunities and stuff. Plus, I don't want to fucking edit it after.
He's laughing. I can hear him.
But fuck it. Like the biggest thing is like just surround yourself with like people who are really doing it, and then discipline leads you to just like this life of like
bro,
fucking nuts opportunities, eh?
For real.
Like I was 18 sitting on my ass listening to your music, and here I am interviewing you. You know?
Nuts. That's
It's
crazy. Yeah,
Crazy
appreciate you, brother.
No, I appreciate you too.
I'm sure it's the first of
I'm coming on that
chats.
trip.
Yeah, say less.
I'll document it, bro. I love it.
Come and do the podcast on the road.
That would be mental.
Well, you can talk to some of these guys who are over there, you know, like really get their stories and how what we're bringing over there is going to help their community. I don't know.
No, that'd be sick. I'd be happy to do that.
There's something there.
Yeah.
We'll chat definitely offline and get it going.
That'd be mental. So where can people plug all your socials so where people can find them?
You can just find everything at 92 World
Instagram.
_ 92 World. Go there. No O because someone fucking took it. 92 World without the O. But yeah, shout out to my mom. I love her. Shout out to my nan. You know, my nan's got dementia at the moment, and like everything I'm doing right now is just to, you know, I want to look after her. You know, she prays for me every morning, and she's just going through it. You know, so shout out to my mom. Shout out to my nan. You know, all my family that backed me in 92, all my brothers, everyone that's supporting 92 World. I'm taking this moment, bro, because I got a lot of people to thank, and it's the first time or second time a platform's giving me an opportunity. But the first time I was a bit nervous with gambles. But yeah, shout out to everyone, and I appreciate you, bro.
Nah, it's my pleasure, brother. My pleasure. Shout out mum as well while I'm at it.
Yeah.
Helos and Co on all socials. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, follow on Spotify, rate on Spotify. That's it. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Oh, man.
Appreciate it. See you next week.